Are we ready? Ready? Let's go. All right. As you can see, Mayor Al Morgan's not here tonight, so you've got the rest of council, though, which is okay. So we'll have a call to order. Roll call, please.
Ms. Valeska? Present. Mrs. McKnight?
Here.
Mrs. Jeffrey?
Here.
Mr. Kogan?
Here.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Here.
We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Yep.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is public notice, meeting of the Borough Council of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, and State of New Jersey. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with PL 1975, Chapter 231, in that an annual notice or revision was made in conformance with Section 13 of the Act. We're going to start tonight with a feel-good event. It's the swearing in of Police Officer Nicholas Abruzzo.
You gotta go over that way. Middle. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, the Bible there, and then that piece of paper right underneath.
So it's the right hand. Right hand, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you can, Nicholas, you could just repeat after me, okay? This is the state of New Jersey, County of Union. Repeat after me. I, Nicholas Abruzzo,
I, Nicholas Abruzzo,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and to the governments established
to the same and to the governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully, impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform all the duties of the police officer according to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Let's get in there, guys.
Yeah, wait a second.
That's next. We'll get you next.
Okay,
Next, we have a couple of proclamations. We're going to start with the OLP Sandwich Ministry. Oh, Robert Moran. Sorry, Robert. Let's do Robert first. We'll have Alex do that proclamation for Robert.
I'm just testing you, see if you're paying attention.
Oh, it's in the frame.
It's in the frame.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Robert, we thank you for your service, but we have a proclamation here honoring Robert for Special Law Enforcement Officer. So it reads as follows. Whereas Robert Moran began his law enforcement career as a police officer for the Union County Police Department in 1986 and retired as lieutenant in 2019 after 31 years of service. And where Robert Moran joined the New Providence Police Department in January of 2020. Whereas Robert Moran was appointed as a SLEO 2 and then later appointed to a SLEO 3 in August of 2022. And whereas Robert Moran was assigned as the SLEO 3 of Allen W. Roberts Elementary School. And where Robert Moran has proven numerous times throughout his career just what it means to be a dedicated officer of the law and has gained much admiration and respect from his fellow officers and other police law enforcement agencies throughout the county and the state. He has provided a safe and secure learning environment for many students that have passed through the Allen W. Roberts Elementary School. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, and State of New Jersey, that they hereby commend Robert Moran for his outstanding service to the Police Department of the Borough of New Providence, and wish to relay with pride and esteem their heartfelt appreciation for helping to make New Providence a safe and happy environment to live and work. Thank you, Robert.
All right, now we can do the old sandwiches.
Sorry. It's not the best spot there.
No.
This was my eighth grade science room.
Come on in.
The part of Al's historical pieces will be played by Michael Savage. This was his eighth grade science room. Okay, this proclamation is for the OLP Church Sandwich Ministry. Whereas in mid-March 2020, at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, Michael Savage started a movement at Our Lady of Peace Roman Catholic Church in New Providence to provide sandwiches and snacks as relief for those in need. And whereas the OLP Sandwich Ministry has grown from a handful of weekly volunteers to a powerful, well-organized team dedicated to providing much-needed relief to individuals in the greater New Providence area and beyond. And whereas the OLP Sandwich Ministry serves St. John's Soup Kitchen in Newark, St. Joseph's Service Center in Elizabeth, Bridges, SHIP, which is Summit Helping Its People, Salvation Army in Plainfield, as well as various local agencies when needed, including Link and the OLP Food Pantry. And whereas weekly, the OLP Sandwich Ministry makes and collects on average 1,100 sandwiches to be distributed to the above agencies, as well as collects fruits, snacks, and other donated items. And whereas on March 24th, 2025, 5 years after beginning this ministry, the team reached a goal of 300,000 sandwiches made and collected. And whereas the OLP Sandwich Ministry is truly a pillar of exemplary service, fostering a cohesive and strong community here in New Providence while serving adjacent communities and beyond within its reach. Now therefore, as Alan Morgan surrogate, the Mayor of Borough of New Providence, Mayor of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, and State of New Jersey, I present this proclamation on behalf of the entire New Providence community, recognizing the many volunteers as well as the entire parish of Our Lady of Peace and its pastor, Reverend Francisco Mendicana, for their my husband's British, for their efforts in outreach, providing much needed relief and fostering a sense of community. So.
On Monday.
Oh, Father Francis,
Come on,
come on, Father Francis.
Hold on.
Hold on, one more. One more.
You're that guy, right?
All right, everybody looking? Thank you.
And so I just wanted to say it is a labor of love. It is something that we do every Monday. We follow the church calendar because people always ask. It's truly amazing how people just stop by and decide to join in, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful event. I actually also have a citation from a General Assembly citation from John Bramnick, Nancy Munoz, and Michelle Matsukutis to Our Lady of Peace Sandwich Ministry on the 21st in this 21st century. So it's another citation from our assembly people and our senator. Yes.
Thank you, Father.
No, thank all of you. Because if it wasn't for all of you, this wouldn't happen.
And we're not stopping.
Amen
You
to
guys
that.
can,
That's all
you
I will
guys can
say.
stay up if you like. I'll do a proclamation for OLP.
You want to stay up for OLP?
But then I'd like to invite the rest of the group to just.
Come on, let's go.
Come on.
In.
Yes.
And that's you too, Paula Savage. Our Lady of Peace.
Everybody.
Everybody. All the OLP.
Yes, it's a member.
I used to see you there, Dan, and let's go.
Yeah, you're all doing that.
We need some heavy artillery.
You guys in the back.
Just need 12 people in the back.
Are we ready? We have everyone?
Hi, Lisa.
Okay, so, this is, stay there. Are we ready? This is a proclamation recognizing OLP Church for their community contributions. Whereas Our Lady of Peace Roman Catholic Church, otherwise known as OLP, formed in 1918 as a mission on Springfield Avenue. And whereas since then OLP has continued to be a pillar of our community, providing outreach and service to individuals in the greater New Providence area and beyond. And whereas OLP feeds the hungry with their food pantry, delivers sandwiches to local shelters, supports women in need, honors first responders, and provides much needed cheer and support to the community's homebound and nursing home residents.
That's okay, somebody's purse.
Whereas teens in the OLP community participate in multiple service projects, such as visiting nursing homes, preparing food donations, and hosting events for seniors. And whereas the parish has instituted a family-based faith program where the entire family gathers and learns together, making for a more profound learning and sharing experience. And whereas OLP is dedicated to building community within the church through innovative initiatives like Name Tag Sundays, Stepping Stones Playground, and the OLP Fair. And whereas OLP welcomes the entire New Providence community to share and participate in holiday celebrations such as the Easter egg hunt, the Christmas tree memorial garden, the Christmas nativity scavenger hunt, and Christmas outreach, where personal invitations are sent to members on the outskirts of the community to welcome them back to church. Now, therefore, I, Lisa McKnight, as Alan Morgan's proxy, Mayor of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, and State of New Jersey, present this proclamation on behalf of New Providence, recognizing the many valuable contributions the parish of Our Lady of Peace continues to make within our community.
Nice tight picture. Squeeze in.
Very nice.
Three steps, guys.
Friendly,
Like
friendly.
each other.
Yeah, Madre.
Here we go, you ready?
We could.
Thank you.
He loves Easter.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
See you, Harvey.
Thank you guys so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Take care. Thank
Nice
you.
shirt.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
Thank you for your help.
Thanks.
Get back on, we're gonna get back on it. Summer's coming, we'll be coming with our sandwiches.
Very fresh.
Fresh?
Got it.
Okay. Give it a try. Give it a go.
No, I'm using this. Denise?
Thank you.
Do I read this first and then ask you to get Yeah. Yep. Okay, we ready to continue the rest of the meeting? We have an appointment of Catherine Banks to the Library Board of Trustees. The mayor has authorized me to appoint Catherine Banks to the Library Board of Trustees. I need a motion and concurrence of council. All in favor?
Wait, so moved? And that's my second?
Second.
And all in favor?
All in favor?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we have a public hearing. Denise, please read the title.
Ordinance 2025-6 is a bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the Borough of New Providence in the County of Union, New Jersey, appropriating $15,873,500 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $15,065,500 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof.
So this is a second reading. I will open the public hearing on this ordinance. Any members of the public wishing to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance only, please state your name and address and limit your comments to 3 minutes to allow for everyone to speak. Seeing no one, I will ask a motion and roll call vote.
So moved?
Second.
Ms. Valiska?
Aye.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Kogan?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
All right, we have approval of minutes for May 27th, 2025. I need approval of minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. We have a lot of correspondence on the agenda tonight. First is the New Jersey Transit Federal Fiscal Year 2025 request for federal financial assistance. We have Township of Chatham zoning ordinance land use application fees for May 28th, 2025. This is updates to their land use application fees. We have Board of Adjustment public notice for 15 Hillside Terrace. They want to construct a deck. We have New Jersey DEP FHA verification, a hardship waiver by B&T Realty. This is requesting a hardship exemption from the DEP to allow for demolition of one building and construction of another. This is Barth's Market. We have Township of Chatham Planning and Zoning Board, public hearing on adoption, housing element, and fair share plan round 4. So they're going through the same thing we're going through. New Providence Board of Education have put forth their 2025-2026 calendar. Board of Adjustment public hearing for 32 Morehouse Place, seeking to construct an addition and a detached garage. Zofia Manchowski, yeah. So she is on Radcliffe Drive and is just raising the flag on some safety concerns on that road, asking for us to take a look at the traffic on Radcliffe by Me Lane Bridge, and that was forwarded to our police department. Union County Utilities Authority, notice of rate adjustment. This is proposing a rate change on tipping fees from $29.12 per ton to $35.52 per ton. County of Union, County Manager, Capital Project Grant. This was a grant that we applied for. County did inform us that we did not receive that grant. County of Union Department of Economic Development for Elizabeth Barabash Manor Elevator Grant, extending the contract for CDBG money through August 31st, 2025. We have Union County Utilities Authority. They have a revised hearing date, June 9th, 2025. This rescheduled hearing date for proposed rate hikes. We have two correspondences from residents regarding 121 Chanlin, the 121 Chanlin development. So just to make a note here, although these correspondences were directed to mayor and council, we are saying that any questions or concerns about this proposed development needs to be addressed in person at the planning board meeting, which is on July 1st. Okay, so that is a planning board issue versus mayor and council. New Providence Fire Department, Connor Meehan, new membership application. Thank you, Connor. Township of Berkeley Heights Planning Board, public hearing for the 4th round housing element and fair share plan. A lot of correspondence. So we can move on to council business, advisory boards. Councilman Comiskey.
Thank you. Resolution 167 is a resolution authorizing the agreement between the Borough of New Providence and Mary Hill for a donation of a public art sculpture. This is for Shared Dreams, which is a sculpture that we have, I believe, over by the library. It's a silver sculpture. It's actually really, really beautiful. Bob Hill, the artist, passed away a few years ago, and Mary, his widow, has decided to generously donate the sculpture to the Borough of New Providence. So it was ours permanently.
Nice. Affordable housing. Nadine?
Thank you. Resolution 2025-168 is a resolution of the Council of Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey, endorsing the 4th round housing element and fair share plan as adopted by the Planning Board. So just like a couple of other towns we just heard did this, we are as well. For those of you who recall from our last several meetings, our plan is for 51 units, 48 of which are being satisfied through our renewal of affordable houses in the Barabash Manor, as well as Southgate at Murray Hill. So that is the plan that we're proposing. That's what's going to be passed through from here on out into the courts, and we'll hear back. So stay tuned on that. Resolution 2025-169 is a resolution of the Council of Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey, adopting the Affordable Housing Trust Fund spending plan for the Borough of New Providence. So the current spending plan expires along with the 3rd round at the end of June. The updated 4th round spending plan is consistent with the 3rd round. It allows for the collection and expenditures of all current and future affordable housing trust fund monies that will contribute to the development of affordable housing within the borough. So this is something that's also part that we need to do. So this resolution is taking care of that aspect.
Thank you. Community activities.
Thank you. Resolution 2025-170 is a salary resolution. It is to authorize the hiring of additional camp counselors for this season.
This is our new committee for under community activities. It's the older adult services.
Thank you. So resolution 2025-171 is a resolution accepting bids and awarding contract to Current Elevator Technology, Inc. for the project commonly known as Elizabeth Barabash Manor Elevator Replacement in the amount of $183,718. So 5 contractors picked up bid specs and attended the pre-bid meeting at Barabash Manor on May 29th. 4 of the contractors returned bids ahead of the 10 a.m. deadline. The low bid is from Current Elevator Tech in Milford, New Jersey, and was for $183,718. $85,000 of that as part of the CDBG grant, which we just heard about, that we extended the deadline for. And the remainder, the $98,718, will be paid out of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. That was from the third round, not from the fourth round. So that's how that's being financed. And I know the residents are very excited to have a functioning elevator. That thing has been on the fritz for a long time.
Thank you. Engineering and construction.
Thank you, Council President. Resolution 2025-172. This is a really good one. Resolution approving a change order number 1 for Portofino Builders in the, you guys ready? The deduct amount of $54,281.48 for the NJDOT FY23 Maple Street Improvement Project. So this amends the original contract to reflect that the project came in under cost by $54,281.48.
When do you ever
No
see
way. That doesn't happen.
And 48 cents.
And 48 cents, yeah.
Lovely.
Resolution 2025-173, resolution approving the payment number 4, final for Portofino Builders in the amount of $702.97 for the NJDOT FY 2023 Maple Street Improvement Project. So this is the final payment for the Maple Street Improvement Project from Central to Springfield Avenue.
Wonderful, thank you. I will cover finance resolutions. We have Resolution 174. This is a transfer to reserves trust accounts resolution, transferring money from the 2025 appropriation accounts to SUI, which is the State Unemployment Insurance Trust Fund, for snow removal, storm recovery trust fund, and reserve for terminal leave and reserve for tax appeals. Resolution 175 is a resolution providing for the insertion of any special item of revenue in the 2025 budget pursuant of NJSA 40A4-87, Chapter 159, PL 1948, Sustainable New Jersey 2025 grant. We're adding $2,000 to the Sustainable New Jersey grant from the grant into the budget. Resolution 176 is a resolution providing for the insertion of any special item of revenue in the 2025 budget pursuant of NJSA 40A4-87, Chapter 159, PL 1948. This is Alcohol Education, Rehabilitation, and Enforcement Grant, inserting $1,444.33 into the budget that was received as part of the State of New Jersey Municipal Court Alcohol Education, Rehabilitation, and Enforcement Fund. Resolution 177 is the resolution to authorize payment of the attached bills payable list. It's $988,164.30. Some of the more significant items include the Garden State Municipal JIF, $367,721. This was payment 3 of 3. Horizon Healthcare is for our June healthcare payment, $141,219. Suburban Disposal, $49,083. That's May's solid waste bill. Paramus Ford for a police car, $46,840. Suburban Disposal for April solid waste, that was $45,333. JCP&L is our electric bill for April, $33,401. Musco Lighting, $31,000 for the pickleball lights. Draeger, $22,822 for Alcotest machine. We have $22,730 for UC Utilities Authority, that's for May garden waste. And Rotundi and Sons, $19,980 for garden waste. A lot of bills. Resolution 178 is a resolution awarding a contract to professional property appraisers for municipal-wide reval of all real property. This is accepting the bid for borough revaluation of all real property for $515,035. Just so that everybody is aware, the company, this company is going to be providing publicity and education on the reval, so everybody knows what to expect and what's coming and how it works. We anticipate this coming hopefully by the end of the summer. Land and regulatory. Nadine?
Thank you. Legal and regulatory.
Oh, what did I say?
Land.
Legal and regulatory.
Okay, thank you. The next four resolutions deal with issuance of plenary licenses. So the renewal of retail consumption licenses to our local businesses. So 179 is the issuance of plenary retail consumption license to Heino Hospitality LLC for 2025-26. That's for Providence Bar and Kitchen. The next one is to JFWNPEB Inc. for 2025-2026, and that's Jersey Fine Wines. Next is Resolution 181 is for Providence Liquors Inc. Resolution 182 is for Porto Healy Inc. for 2025-2026, and that's the diner. And last is Resolution 2025-183, which is resolution relative to issuance of club license to Hilltop Social Club Incorporated for 2025-2026 license year, and that is renewal of club license for Lantern Hill. So
They have a club at Lantern?
I think that's what they call their restaurants.
Nice.
And
Yes, they have
bar-like
happy hours
facilities.
frequently.
They
Nice.
do have a lot of
Good
that.
for them.
They have a lot of fun.
They do.
Personnel. Alex?
Thank you. Resolution 2025-184, resolution accepting written employment resignation from Arlene Reagan, Deputy Director of the Community Activities Department of the Borough of New Providence. This is a sad one. Arlene's been working there at the rec department for over 17 years. I know both my sons way back when did rec basketball, t-ball. I mean, she's definitely the staple there. So we thank her for her work in providing sporting opportunities for students and adults, and her work on the Public Art Committee for the past 7 years. So we want to wish her all the best in retirement.
I believe that she's the one who started the pickleball craze in New Providence.
Yeah.
She saved baseball, to be honest with you. Lacrosse, soccer were taking a lot of the kids away. Baseball was kind of dwindling. And at the time, we were ready to just not have a recreation baseball league. And she worked really, really hard working with other towns. She got a bunch of towns to commit to putting leagues together. And, she saved baseball.
And she did the same with girls softball.
Yeah.
Kind of saved
That's
that
right.
as well.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, we're going to miss her.
a lot to thank her for. We will miss her. Public safety in Mayor Morgan's absence. Alex? You wanna take that?
Sure. Resolution 2025-185, resolution accepting written employment resignation from Robert Moran as Class 3 Special Law Enforcement Officer from the Police Department of the Borough of New Providence. So we had the proclamation for Robert a few minutes ago. So he was SLEO at Allen Roberts School since January of 2020. As we did before, one more time, we thank him for his professionalism and caring while dealing with staff and students. Next one is authorization to hire special law enforcement officer. So we're seeking permission to begin the hiring process to replace Robert due to his retirement. Raffle application, MP Lions Club, RA 1243. Resolution 2025-186, resolution approving contract with Urban SDK Inc. for the purchase of traffic analytics software for a 2-year term in the amount not to exceed $13,000, Sourcewell Co-op. So this approves the contract with Urban SDK to provide the police department with a comprehensive speed and volume data for every roadway in New Providence, which will replace the need to do manual counts. So Chief Henn shared this product with us. I think it's going to be extremely useful for the department going forward. So we're happy that you brought this to our approval. Resolution 2025-187, resolution approving requisition R250-1394 for Signal Control Products LLC in the amount not to exceed $49,122.60 for rapid flashers for pedestrian crossing at Springfield and Livingston Avenue mid-block crosswalk. NJ State Contract 24 FOOD-71858. So this approves the purchase of replacement rapid flashers for the intersections of Springfield and Livingston and Springfield and Ridgeview.
Last one, Public Works.
Resolution 188 is a resolution approving requisition R 250-1395 for Cefelli & Son General Contracting, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $50,000. This is for 2025 sidewalk maintenance. As you all know, Ralph maintains a list of sidewalks throughout the town that need maintenance, and this will go to work right away, fixing up our sidewalks.
Awesome. Next, we have discussion items. I believe, Diane, you have some.
Yes, I have some
Something you wanna
updates
share?
for Revolution 250. So I actually handed out just 2 pieces of paper to everybody. I didn't want to put it on the screen or anything because there is a logo in there, which I'll talk about. The committee wanted to put our mission statement out there for everybody, and it reads, New Providence Rev 250 Committee brings our town's revolutionary history into focus, offering residents and visitors a chance to discover, engage, and celebrate the stories that shaped our community. In partnership with local businesses and organizations, we are creating programs and events that help us connect with our past, celebrate today, and inspire our future. Through interactive experiences, commemorative events, and educational resources, we aim to ignite curiosity and pride in the heart of New Providence. So we worked a little lengthy on that. The keywords there would be connect, celebrate, and inspire. I gave you a couple little tidbits of information. In New Jersey, the organization formed to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the birth of our nation is called Revolution 250, and there's a website if you want to see it. I will not say the word for 250th anniversary because although I can say bicentennial, I constantly forget how to say quincentennial, whatever it's called. But as a nation, we are calling it America 250, and that's the logo. On December 5th, 2023, New Providence Borough Council passed Resolution 2023-324, a resolution of the Borough of New Providence supporting Revolution New Jersey. Our committee, although it's called Revolution 250, we would like to have our information, our logos include America 250 versus Revolution 250, because as we've talked to different people, America 250 sounds more inclusive and genuine, and it's more identifiable and relatable. And I have a mock-up of the logo, and the reason that it's not being shown is because those are not the fonts, but that's the whole idea of it. So it'll be America 250, the words connect, celebrate, inspire, and the New Providence in there. So, and if we can, we're going to try to use the turkey and the zero, or the hole in the zero.
I like the font.
That sold me.
So, and then just a quick listing of some of the thoughts that we're throwing around, and I included some historical society events. Again, things that we're thinking of doing versus things that are planned in detail, and that is also going to then, once the committee determines exactly what they want to do, we'll put together a budget for those events and we'll present it to council later on. So. We have this idea for the Liberty's Tree Lantern Project. So it's really quick. It's the Liberty Tree in Walt Disney World. There's 13 lanterns on it, and that represents the 13 original colonies. And we were thinking of at some point possibly in August, we'll have kickoff. We'll invite Tap Into, and we'll have that in the tree at the Saltbox Museum, and then possibly up through April 17th, which is the first anniversary, because April 17th, 2025 is the 250th anniversary of Paul Revere's ride. So April 17th, 2026 would be the first anniversary. But so we'll put it at 13 different spots, and then possibly invite people to purchase lanterns. Kind of like igniting the the way that the revolution, started off with a spark and then just kept going. So that's something like really cool. In my Reverend Caldwell Charity Drive, which is too long to discuss, but different things like that. A flat Washington and a flat, I think her name is Sybil. I forget what she's from upstate New York. She was the Paul Revere. She was the daughter of a military person. I don't remember if he was a general or not. Maria DeLuca could tell us something different, but so would have a flat Washington and a flat female historian, not necessarily Betsy Ross, because we want to make it a little bit more relatable to our small town. And that's the other thing, just relating it all to our small town, etc. And then just a really quick, since we're on the 250th anniversary, Saturday was the 250th anniversary of our flag. It was Flag Day, and I don't think I printed off my little thing. Yes, I did. So on June 14th, 1777, the Continental Congress approved the design of a flag for the United States, which at the time featured 13 stars and 13 stripes, representing the 13 colonies. And for that, we thank Betsy Ross. So that was Flag Day.
A lot of history.
A lot of history. I'll be giving you 250 tidbits all along the way.
Stay tuned, a lot more to
Stay
follow.
tuned. Yeah. So if I get, do we need to approve the mission statement or?
No, I think it's nice.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions or comments?
No?
Questions, comments,
It's a lot of
anything?
work.
About?
Appreciate it.
It's a lot,
Yeah.
it's a lot of
It's,
work.
we have a really great group. We're excited to expand into, committees once we decide on all of our different events. So
Looking forward to all of these events.
Exactly. Various stakeholders from all around the town, the
Mhm,
businesses, the library,
the school
the
district.
schools. So if anybody's at all interested, please reach out.
Thanks.
Very exciting. Great job.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Do we have any other discussion items? Okay, then we'll start with our council committee reports. We'll start with Diane.
Coming back to me.
Right back to you.
Right back to me. Community activities. I'll start with community activities. And like I always say, go to the source. There are still some youth camp activity, youth camp and adult summer class spaces available. Alex, were you going to speak about the Green Challenge or? Okay, so we are doing our second annual Green Challenge. It's the New Providence Recreation Department and Sustainable New Jersey. It is funded by the 2025 PSE&G Foundation Sustainable Jersey Grant, which we just heard about. We just put it into the budget. This program will be from June 30th to July 25th, and the challenge is offering it's free of charge for all residents, and it aims at encouraging small, sustainable changes that will make a big difference in our community and for the environment as a whole. It was very well received last year, and go on to, again, the website, newprov.us, and register on Community Pass. And if you have any questions, call the rec department. July 3rd is our fireworks, and it will be bigger and better this year. It's kind of like a little bit bigger for this year, so that in 250th anniversary of the country, it will be even bigger. So I know everybody asks, fireworks are slated to begin around 9:15. I think people start gathering around 7, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to talk about older adults. The Historical Society flea market was rescheduled from last week because of rain to this coming week, and you can still drop off any items that you want to drop off. I talked about that. The Downtown Improvement District, in conjunction with the New Providence business community, has their summer concert series July 10th, 17th, and 24th at 7 o'clock in Centennial Park. The schools are all winding down. I believe tomorrow is the last day. I believe tonight was the 8th grade promotion. You have clapouts for the grammar schools, retirements of teachers, and graduation tomorrow night and project graduation. And personally, some of us from Saltbrook
would love to give a shout out to Jeannie Drexinger, AKA Miss Meyer. She's the principal at Saltbrook, and she is retiring this year. So thank you
After a
for,
lot of years.
yeah, and thank you for your amazing service for many children going through Saltbrook. And I think that's all I have.
Great. I'll go next. The only committee that I sat on was the Board of Ed. They met last week, and basically what they covered the 2025 to 2030 district strategic plan and goals for the next 5 years. A lot of really good information here. This was presented by Ms. Serpoli and Mr. Ugliero. All of this information can be found on their website if you want to dig into it a little bit more. They made a couple of appointments. A new high school assistant principal, Tanya Kelly, was selected, and as Diane said, a couple of retirements, including Mr. McGeechan, who is set to retire on June 30th. I know he's loved by a lot of kids. Yeah. A couple of events, too. So Diane, myself, and Nadine attended Unity Day at the high school, and that was an amazing event. So proud of the kids for putting
Kathleen
that.
was there too.
Who was there?
Kathleen.
Oh, Kathleen was there. Yes. So proud of the kids for putting that on. It was so well attended. Every detail thought of. It was just a wonderful event. So like I said, the high school kids, Shonda, Sunil, and I know I'm forgetting people, but they had music. They had information booths. It was a nice day.
Yeah, they did a great job. Yeah. And the best part is they're only freshmen.
Yeah.
So we have them locked in for 3 more
Yes.
years. of
Hopefully.
Unity Day. I believe so. They were great.
Yeah, they were very excited.
Okay. So I'm going to be reporting on older adult services. This last Friday, Councilwoman Belisca, Mayor Morgan, and myself went up to Lantern Hill to visit the residents and to introduce them to what our new committee wants to do. Basically, in case you don't remember, the purpose of the committee is to make sure that older residents are included in all of our activities, and also that we know from the older residents what they need from us. So it's really opening up the lines of communication to have a back and forth relationship to make sure they know everything that's going on here and that we know everything that they need. So we had a great kickoff to that. This is going to be a series. Like I said, it was myself, Diane, and Mayor Morgan. We talked about what council does, how we are structured, and our committee process. We also gave brief reports on a couple of our committees. So the next couple, we're going to be doing it again in September and December, and we're going to be rotating 2 other council people with us. So, it'll be myself or Diane, and then 2 of the other council people, to make sure that all the residents hear about all of our committees, meet all of our council people, and know how to reach out to us if they need us. So it was a great event. I think we had between 40 and 50 people attend. We each spoke, and then I think we had at least a half hour of QA. So it was great. It was very good.
And we had snacks.
I'm sorry.
And we brought snacks.
And we brought snacks. Always very important. Coffee and something. So that was great. Board of Health, just one thing to report about them. If you look on our borough website, they gave us some information about bat safety. So kind of something you wouldn't automatically think of, but bats are very indigenous to our area, and they do come into our homes.
That's it.
And what to do if you actually see one. So knock on wood that I don't have that issue, or that anybody else doesn't have that issue as well. But in case you do, check it out on our borough website. And thank you to the Board of Health. They're always on top of everything, giving us information on topics. So stay tuned to our borough website or our Facebook page for more information.
We had a bat flying around in the Lisu swirly building across the street.
No, I'm not a critter.
It was hanging off of somebody's
Actually,
chair.
something that we had that we had mentioned to our older adults at Lantern Hill was about our Smart 911. So I just wanted to do a PSA for everybody to sign up for alerts.
Yeah. And I think you have to renew that every so often too.
Probably.
I think so. But that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. So a couple things on engineering construction. We had a engineering meeting last week. Everything seems to be on track. The one thing I wanted to mention, the Passaic Avenue Bridge, which is a Union County project. The chief, Hen, who just left, the police department put out a notice today. It's on the borough website. From June 17th through June 26th, the structural beams are being delivered for the bridge. They're coming from Route 78, so they have to trek them through town. So there'll be some sporadic closures here and there. So just keep an eye on the alerts. Perhaps we'll use the Smart 911 if we have to let residents know. But from now through the 26th, but it is progress. So I believe, Bernadette, correct me if I'm wrong, sometime this fall is when it's slated for completion. Early fall. I see. I give you leeway sometime this fall. But again, that's a Union County project, not too much that we have control over. The other one on diversity, thank you for mentioning Unity Day. The other thing the committee is looking into now, we've had a couple of meetings with some prior board members, committee members, I should say, looking for next year sponsoring 1 or 2 events like we have done in the past. So right now it's just very much in the planning process. That's all I have.
All right. So all I have is just a planning board update, actually. So the next planning board meeting is next Tuesday. It's going to be actually virtual via Zoom. We just have a resolution to approve. That's it. So that'll be a Zoom meeting. I know people are anticipated and looking forward to voicing their opinions and comments on 121 Chandler. That will be on Tuesday, July 1st. I encourage everyone that has an interest in what's going to happen there to attend those meetings. Hopefully we pack the room. The more people we have, the more people understand what's going on, the more people ask questions, the more people voice their concerns, the better it is for the board to be able to develop or help develop and help them plan the project in a way that's better for the community. So I encourage as many people to come out as available. In order to be heard, like Lisa had said earlier, you need to be at the meeting in person, or you can actually have an attorney represent you or an agent as well. So yeah, I mean, it's a project that will not be solved in one meeting. So it'll be multiple meetings, no question. Meetings begin at 8:30. Oh, sorry, 8 o'clock, and the last testimony is heard between 10:30 and 11. So there will be no additional testimony after that time. So
is that your only agenda item?
I don't have the agenda for that meeting. I just know that that's on the agenda for that meeting. But most likely that will be the only item. If anybody else wanted to be heard on July 1st, they probably won't be. So that's all I have.
I forgot to mention, did I say that the chat with the mayor is going to be July 11th? We will not have a coffee with council in July or August, but we will be at the any event that is going on. I know National Night Out is in August and the concert series, so, and obviously we're always available.
When are the concert series starting?
The 10th, the 17th, and the 24th of July. It's on the calendar. 7 o'clock, I believe they start.
Bernadette?
Thank you. Just a few things. Road paving, once the money becomes available from the capital budget that was passed this evening or will be passed this evening, we'll have a list of the roads that are being paved this year up on the website, and DPW will be communicating the schedule once we have it. And lastly, bulk pickup. 1B is the last zone slated for pickup beginning next week. Items can be placed curbside this weekend. If we have already picked up in your area, they will not be returning. So anything that is left at the curb is your responsibility. It either needs to be recycled or thrown away in the garbage. Once they pass your house, so even in 1B, if they pass you, that's it. They're not coming back either, even if it's your week. So once your stuff is picked up, they only pass you by once. That's all I have.
Time for public comments. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to be heard about issues that are not separate topics scheduled for public hearings tonight. To help facilitate an orderly meeting and to permit all to be heard, speakers are asked to limit their comments to 3 minutes and may only speak once on any one topic. So please state your name and address for the record. Hi, Patty.
Hi, I'm Patty Miller, and address 180 Central Ave. I'm so glad that tonight is the night I chose to come. I loved the small town community celebration. It's the thing I love about New Providence is just small town values. And I feel like it's just the perfect night for me to come and say what I have to say. So Saturday, I attended the No Kings rally. And as you know, it was rainy. Probably 500, 600 people showed up. It was an incredibly moving experience. I've marched like in DC, I've marched in Brooklyn, I've marched in Washington or New York. This was the most moving experience. People were like honking, people were very respectful. It was a joyful day. People were honking, you know, raising their fists in solidarity. I'm obviously a Democrat. It was very meaningful to me and to all the people next to me. I just kind of welled up with tears. It was a very emotional day, very kind of joyous and emotional because people were out celebrating their right to protest. You know, their Second Amendment right. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that they were able to do, to assemble. It's our First Amendment right to assemble peacefully, and we did. So most of the people were, you know, a lot of people were filming, raising their hands in solidarity, raising flags or whatever. 3 people passed by and flipped us off. One guy, drove by with his window down and said "F you" and "Go Trump" and all that. One old lady with a Trump bumper sticker passed by and she was filming us, which, whatever, she's a private citizen, she can do that. But then I saw a councilwoman drive by filming us. And it just did not sit right with me that a city councilwoman would film the rally, the No Kings rally. And, I thought about it. I messaged the person. I didn't hear back from her. I was curious, like, what are you going to do with the film? Like, why would you film it? I don't understand. For what purpose? Are you an ally? If you are an ally like everybody else, like, awesome, that's fantastic, But if you're not an ally, then what is the purpose of filming? What is the purpose? What are you going to do with that film? Are you going to replay it? Are you going to show it? Are you going to distribute it? Like, what are you going to do with that? And I know I'm at 3 minutes. But I just wanted to say, thank you guys so much for your service. You are endowed with an incredibly sacred responsibility, not to be taken lightly. No matter that we're this wonderful small town, you have a sacred responsibility and you enact it. And so I just wanted to come and express my confusion. You represent me, even though you're all Republicans, you represent me beautifully, most of you, and I appreciate it. So that's my time, I guess. But at any rate, so I just wanted to say it doesn't sit right with me. And I urge you to reflect that you represent me as well. And that's it. And that's one of the great things about our country, about our community, about everything. So thank you so much.
So Patty, I just want to say
Yes.
that there were 2 of us on Saturday that were out of town, and we would have loved to have seen it, and we were curious.
Yes.
So the person that did film shared it with me.
Okay.
So that I could see, because I had no idea. I'm like, are we going to have 5 people? Are we going to have 500 people? Is it in the park? Is it outside of the park?
Okay.
It was really to share with 2 council folks.
Well, then I'm delighted that I came and asked. Yeah. And I wish, because I messaged the person, and I wish the person had said, this is what I did. And then I wouldn't be here tonight. I'd be watching, the hockey game.
Oh,
Sorry.
But we do like when people come to our council meetings. So.
Yeah. But, okay. So
there were 2 of us out of town that day.
Okay.
And so just for the record, I was a person who did videotape. I wanted to see as well, just like Councilwoman McKnight wanted to see, or other people did as well.
Mhm.
And the way that I wanted to see and was to drive through. So unfortunately, I did not have time to attend because our family had plans. So I drove through and I videotaped at the request of a couple of council members, and that was how I participated. So there was no
A lot of people were videotaping, and it's fantastic. But I did message you and asked, I just
don't
kind of
really use
connected.
Messenger all that often, so they do back up. I do have to follow up on that more.
Okay.
But we can talk about it further.
It's okay. I've said my piece, and that's it. But thank
Yep.
you all. Thank
Of
you all for
course.
service.
Thank you, and thank you for coming.
I needed her comments. I thought that not a great day. Alan Swanson, 47 Overhill Road. I'm going to talk about, speak about the demonstration that took place on Saturday. There are plenty of really absurd and stupid statements and accusations that have, from some rather uninformed people that have taken place surrounding this event. So I'm going to let everyone know exactly what the facts are related to this demonstration. First, this event was not initiated, organized, paid for, or anyone's responsibility except mine. No outside agitators, no secret deep state, not George Soros, not the Democrats, not communist, just me. On May 30th, I contacted the New Providence Police Department and informed them I wanted to hold a demonstration on June 14th at Veterans Park. I said I anticipated 20 people, perhaps, and unless something happened to change that. Chief Henn responded with a thank you for letting them know and told me I should contact Officer Budd if I had any questions. Well, something did happen. When I put together a flyer announcing the event, it began to be circulated by individuals and groups in the area and on social media, word of mouth, and emails, and what have you. So when I arrived at 10 a.m. on Saturday, I had no expectation that there were going to be many people coming. And just had planned on I would talk with people who came and did in a gazebo where it was protected from the rain. And I set up some flags and a few things with some friends. Around 11 a.m., people started arriving at the gazebo. By 11:15, there were about 30 or so people there and in the gazebo, and I spoke with them and thanking them and saying that I was speechless at the turnout in what was now a constant rain. Around 11:25 a.m., there were people coming from all directions. Everywhere you looked, people were coming. I felt like if you build it, they will come. I told the growing crowd at about 11:25 that they should go out, and they were all coming to the gazebo. I said, you should go out and line the sidewalks, and they immediately went out there. And the crowd kept getting larger and larger, and eventually a couple of people took an actual count of everyone that was there. And I think it was around noon or so that the count was done, and I was told that there were over 1,000 people there. Not 200, not 400, not 500. The actual count wasn't estimated. They counted them. Now, I'm proud to be an American who believes in our flag, our Constitution, our democracy, and the rule of law. And while I initiated this event was not my event. It wasn't any group's event. This was the people who took advantage of one person saying, let's get together and show our objection to what's going on in Washington with the President and Congress. This event took place with 1,000 people of all ages. There were a number of children holding signs. There were people with walkers there. There were people with wheelchairs in the rain. It was unbelievable. And many umbrellas. The event was peaceful, without arrest, disruptions, or conflict. Most of the cars driving by were honking their horns and waving. Most of all, everyone was respectful of each other, of the police who were there, and especially when it was all over and they all left and I stayed to check everything out, I could not find a single piece of paper, cup, on the street, in the park, anywhere. It was just amazing. And I believe everyone in New Providence should be proud that such a large, peaceful, and respectful event could take place in this town. We should be pleased that this could happen, rather than the people who have criticized. So, in the end, I thank the police. I thank the people who got out the word, the people who waved the American flags and the signs, and chanted slogans, and waved at the cars. And I'm just extremely reassured by people exercising their right, their constitutional right to come out and tell people what they think. And so I thank you all too, I really do. Because I think you should be proud that this happened the way it did on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. We are proud of our citizens, right?
Mhm.
We are respectful, civil residents, so thankful.
Hi, my name is Tanner Toole. I live on 15 Clinton Avenue. I saw tonight that the city is, or the borough is paying for some new pedestrian safety infrastructure at the corner of Livingston and Springfield.
Yes.
So I just had a few questions because I live right there, and I've seen a lot of really close calls between people of all ages, but especially children. So I know the flashing beacons are kind of farther away. So with the new ones, are they going to be at the intersection, at the actual intersection? Do we know that?
I'll let Bernadette handle that one.
Their replacement for what's there, they'll mimic what's at the corner of Springfield and Academy.
Okay, so I guess I would just, I'm sure this is far down the road, but I would express my concern. I'm actually a professional planner. I'm a transportation planner for Hudson County, so I'm always here to help. I moved here pretty recently, so I haven't met many people here, but I'm always here to help and volunteer my services. But I would express a little bit of concern with that because some cars either don't see the lights, don't realize it, so that would be my concern. Me and my wife, we have a 1-year-old son. We walk with him in our stroller a lot. We kind of just avoid that area and we walk down closer to South and Passaic Street because those flashing beacons work a lot better. And on that same note, I think since we did pass a complete streets resolution, the council about a month ago, I think that would be a good impetus to look at some other things. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of kids, especially now that it's summer, kids are running around. I think that's great. But the only other spot is I think the borough needs to look at, and I know it's a county road on South Street, but is right in front of Barse. I'm sure all of you are familiar with that, where people park on one side of the street and just jaywalk across. There's that new building that doesn't have a tenant yet. So I think, unfortunately, that intersection or that area is going to get worse. So I think the borough just needs to consider some pedestrian safety measures there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
quick. I'm Brian Haas at 49 Bradford Street. And I also want to thank everybody that participated in this rally that we had last Saturday. It was great for everybody that attended. And I also want to say, I think your name was Patty. This wasn't an event just for Democrats. It's for anyone that has concerns about what's going on in Washington, and I want people to feel welcome to be nonpartisan if the occasion necessitates itself. So this wasn't a Democratic event. This was an event for people that are concerned. So Republicans, Independents, Democrats, all are welcome in participating in those types of events. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing no one, we will close public comments and move to formal action. So we will need a motion on items 1 through 24.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Kogan?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Okay. We, motion to adjourn. We are done.
So moved.
So moved, second.
So move second.
Yes.
Yes.
Favor?
All in favor? Yes. Amen.
Happy 4th of July, y'all.
Oh, yeah.